All right, before I get started and introduce myself, I'm gonna start with a little story. It's a Friday in July, and I'm driving to Buckhead with my boyfriend. We're gonna celebrate his first week of work at the Woodruff Art Center. We decided to go to Umi. And at that restaurant, I opened my menu, and it read this quote: "Tell me it is what you plan to do with your one wild and precious life." It was at this moment that I thought it was time to start Tila Studios. Now, a little bit about me. My name is Tiffany Latrice. I'm an artist living and practicing in East Point, Georgia. My artwork, next slide, I'm sorry. Okay. My artwork is for and about women. This is my piece. I attended the University of Southern California, where I got my bachelor's in international relations, and I attended Sarah Lawrence College, where I got my master's in women's history with a concentration in art history. Next slide. So combining my intense studio practice, my academic studies, and my passion for all things women and women empowerment, I decided to start Tila Studios. It's a visual arts incubator for emerging female artists in the metro Atlanta area. Next slide. Our mission. Click. Tila Studios actively seeks to promote the distribution and consumption of artwork produced by women in the metro Atlanta area by connecting artists to resources, providing them the space to work, and the opportunity to see it. Next. Our vision. We want to create an inclusive and diverse art industry where every individual, regardless of race and gender, is equally valued and recognized. Next. So Tila operates on 4 core values. We seek to empower all of our female artists. We want to create sustainability where artists are sharing resources. We encourage them to collaborate amongst each other in our incubator space. We also want to build community, so essentially creating a sisterhood amongst all of our participating artists. Next slide. So what's a Tila value prop? We have a holistic approach to art development. Essentially, we are assessing our artists' needs, giving them a space to create at a very low, affordable cost, and we're giving them a platform to sell their work, all under one roof. Industry analysis. There's been a rise in popularity of co-working spaces. About 40% of Americans will be independent contractors by 2020. Click. 27% of Americans are already contingent workers creating their own schedule. So essentially, people want flexibility. They want to move away from the 9-to-5 job, and they want to do what they are passionate about on their own time. Go ahead. So with this, according to the Harvard Business Review, co-working spaces are not only popular in the tech industry, it's being popular amongst people in different organizations across industries and professions. Next. There's also major art initiatives in the metro Atlanta area. You have Invest Atlanta, who's investing in small businesses. You have the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs, who has major art initiatives across Atlanta. And you have the city of East Point, where I reside and where I want to start my business, making major art initiatives to bring more art to the community. Next. Market analysis. Who is Tila for? Next. The Tila artist is anywhere between 20 and 40 years old. They have an intense studio practice, or they want to have their own studio practice eventually. So they might be post-college or thinking about an MFA program. They have an entrepreneurial spirit, they're intellectual, they're educators, and they're activists by nature. Competitive analysis. So this idea is not new. There are a lot of organizations that operate in the Atlanta area that kind of provide studio space and exhibit opportunities. You have Wonder Room, you have Atlanta Contemporary, you have the Creators Project, there's Atlanta Printmaker Studio, there's a vast list that I've done my research on. The Tila difference is that we're a niche market. We support local female emerging artists. Next. So situational analysis, my strengths. I'm a professional artist. I've exhibited my work in Los Angeles, New York, and just had a show at Mason Fine Art last week. I also have knowledge of Atlanta emerging artists. I can name all the major Atlanta female artists right now who are interested in the space. My weaknesses is funding opportunities, financial strategy, which I plan to mitigate because I have a financial advisor currently, and I have one of my partners, Corey Alexander, who is here offering strategy for this major initiative. Opportunities, Opportunities, there are a lot of current art initiatives, and the popularity of co-working spaces makes this really advantageous for Atlanta. Threats, established art organizations, but I plan to mitigate that by doing partnerships with them. Go ahead. The Tila difference. We want to offer affordable, low-cost studio space So essentially 1/3 price of the Goat Farm Atlanta Contemporary. We're gonna offer daily, weekly, monthly, and long-term studio rental. We're gonna have reduced rates for Tila members. We're gonna have an in-house wood shop, which no other organization has, to build their canvases. So if anybody's an artist in here and knows how hard it is to build a canvas offsite, trust me, that will help them a lot. We'll have weekly and monthly critiques. So this is building that rapport amongst each other and art feedback. We also want to have monthlies and seasonal member and resident only shows. So our artists can sell their work and make a profit of that and build their collector base. We want to also have professional development workshops. So they know how to write an art statement, they know how to hang their art. All those things that artists need to know how to do, but they might not have the resources to learn them. Next. Sorry. Location, downtown East Point. Now, why East Point? Number one, it's 15 minutes from Atlanta. We're gonna be close to the MARTA station, so a 2-block walk to our location. We're gonna offer free parking, and we're gonna be near restaurants and cafes. Promotion and communication strategy. Actually next month, we're gonna have a pop-up shop called In Search of Our Mother's Gardens, where we're gonna showcase female artists to bring awareness to this type of space. It's also a fundraising campaign to kind of get the Tila message out there. I'm gonna do a video marketing campaign where I'm gonna feature different Atlanta women in the actual area that have this space issue. I've already visited Unique Norman, who's an emerging artist that practices in the West End. And we had a long, extensive conversation about this. And she's like, Tiffany, studio rates are increasing. You know, and people are pretty much being out of space. So this is awesome that you're doing something like this. So I'm talking to people. We're gonna have a monthly newsletter. I'm also gonna have a social media strategy across all platforms. And then the coming soon website. People wanna know what Tila is and why we're doing it. So this is what the website will start to look like. I've already started to build it out, and hopefully it will launch within the next week or so. Financial strategy. So, where are we gonna get the money to start Tila? Is the big question. Well, initially I'm gonna file for my LLC, set up my bank for my business, and set up a structure. I've already sat down and created my initial first year projection costs, 3-year costs, what my overhead's gonna look like, etc. So that's currently being reviewed by a financial advisor, and I should have hard numbers by the end of December. January, I want to secure my location at East Point. I have alliances within the city of East Point that have already believe in this business model, and they're helping me establish a location currently. I want to also invest in marketing tools. So that's going to be key, marketing and awareness to this initiative. I'm going to invest in MailChimp, a video campaign. I'm going to solicit members and have an early bird deals on space. I'm also going to have fundraising, awareness campaigns, and pop-up shows across Atlanta. Next, operation capacity. These are my current team of advisors. Rhonda with the city of East Point. I have Corey Alexander, who's sitting right here, who's developing the curriculum and strategy. I have Flim Hollis, my financial advisor. I have a CPA, Tiffany Williams, who's located in East Point. A lawyer, and one of my best friends, who is amazing. She's going to be working on the communications and marketing strategy. She's also in the office, Jane Walton. Also in the office, also in the building. So if you have any questions regarding Tila and Tila's mission, overall strategy, that's me. That's my artwork as well. You can visit my personal website here, and Tila Studios will be coming soon. Tila's already has an Instagram page. You can follow me on Instagram and email me if you have any questions. I also have my business cards on me, just in case you want to follow up over email. Thank you so much.